On August 4th, 2021, Forbes reported that Rihanna, the famed singer, actress, and businesswoman, is now a billionaire. With a net worth of $1.7 billion, she is reportedly the world's wealthiest female musician and the second richest female entertainer behind only Oprah Winfrey. The overwhelming majority of her wealth, $1.4 billion of her fortune, comes from Fenty Beauty, a cosmetics brand of which she owns half. She also owns $270 million stake in her lingerie line, Savage X Fenty. And according to LVMH, the brand is only expected to grow in the coming years. Rihanna's reaction to her newfound success was a simple, God is good. Similarly, her fans have been taking to social media to celebrate the news, praising her for her hard work and acknowledging the significance of a relatively young black woman achieving this milestone. And while the significance of such certainly cannot be denied, it would be irresponsible to overlook the failures within the system that allowed her to reach such an achievement. In February, the Indian news agency Indo-Asian News Service, or IANS, reported that the NGO Legal Rights Observatory had submitted a complaint that Fenty Beauty uses mica from the Jharkhand province, quote, in which child laborers work in dire conditions, and has not provided proof that the mica the company uses is free of child labor. In fact, the brand has confirmed that it does not audit its suppliers for child labor, potentially in violation of California's Transparency in Supply Chains Act, which was passed, quote, to ensure that large retailers and manufacturers provide customers with information regarding their efforts to eradicate slavery and human trafficking from their supply chains, educate consumers on how to purchase goods produced by companies that responsibly manage and supply their supply chains, and thereby improve the lives of victims of slavery and human trafficking. In fact, the use of mica mined by child laborers is a beauty industry staple, as the mica is what gives cosmetics their sparkly look.
And yet, according to the locals, all the mining in this area is illegal. A recent study concluded that on average 5 children die in these mines every month. The number of adults killed is greater, but there's no record of it. 9 out of 10 fatalities are never reported because of the unwelcome attention they might bring.
Turning attention over to LVMH, the luxury goods titan with which Fenty Beauty is a joint venture, as of 2016, none of its factories surveyed have been found to pay their employees a living wage, and many of them fail to even pay the legal minimum wage for their respective localities. Additionally, despite the conglomerate's pledges to decrease its carbon footprint, it has been given poor marks for its sustainability, and only 1% of its energy consumption is renewable. This speaks to the main problem with the concept of billionaires itself. You cannot become one by being 100% ethical. The world's most notorious billionaires achieved their riches through exploitative means. This is especially evident through the increase in billionaires' riches by more than half throughout the first year of the COVID-19 pandemic, as tens of millions of average Americans have lost their jobs, health insurance, homes, etc. A system which allows that to happen, whether accidentally or intentionally, is an inherently exploitative one, particularly when taking into account how billionaires have bought the politicians in our government who have rigged the tax code in their favor. When you have billionaires like Jeff Bezos, whose employees have to skip bathroom breaks to avoid being fired, and Steve Jobs, whose Chinese factory employees have committed suicide due to the horrendous working conditions, the system has proven to be indefensible. And to clarify, I'm not saying that these characteristics apply to Rihanna or to Fenty Beauty specifically, but rather that the culture that praises her for her newfound status is a misguided one, once understanding how much people of her kind have biased the system in favor of themselves and against the working class. Rihanna herself is not the problem. Rather, the system that enabled her to become what she has just become is.